Now, hitting on the cameras, again, this is not a full camera comparison. I'll be doing that on my channel, this one or my second one at some point, but they both have kind of like triple camera setups on the back. The OnePlus 8 had that 48 megapixel wide-angle lens, 16 megapixel ultra-wide sensor, and the 2 megapixel macro lens, where the OnePlus 9 has that 48 megapixel wide-angle lens, 50 megapixel ultra-wide sensor, then that 2 megapixel depth lens. Now, OnePlus teamed up with Hasselblad, which I guess is like a camera people or whatever, I don't really know, and they developed a better camera, which I guess it's better, but again, it's like they can't really focus in on one area and lack the other camera, which is the front camera, both 16 megapixels, 1080p at 30 on the front camera, and this is the biggest similarity and probably another big letdown. OnePlus was hyping up this camera, and I was expecting them to kind of bring up, maybe like 4K at 60 on the front, all this other crazy stuff. The front camera really isn't that great, so keep that in mind. I do appreciate them, improving the back camera though, which I think is a really cool thing. Now, in terms of the overall camera experience, the OnePlus 8 had a really good camera. You could do 4K at 60. That was really cool. I think it had a lot of capability at that time, and even now it still looks really nice. I do think though that the OnePlus 9, the camera module itself, like when you're looking at it on the back, it does look much more modern, and I really do appreciate OnePlus doing that for this type of device. But a big thing that we now have on the OnePlus 9 is that we do have 8K capability on this camera. I think that is a really impressive thing that we have. I really don't think anybody's going to be using it, but this camera having that capability improves it by a lot in my opinion, and it future-proofs this device as well. The front cameras kind of, still upset me, but this back camera I think has a really cool advantage of it for sure. So in terms of the camera, that's pretty much what I would leave it at. I think the OnePlus 9's camera obviously is the better one because it's a newer addition to what the older one is, but I would say if you still have the OnePlus 8, you're really not missing on an insane amount. I feel like the lenses are pretty, I want to say the OnePlus 9's better, but I just feel like they spent a lot of time on the branding and like teaming up with Hasselblad rather than actually improving all the cameras. I like the 8K capability, but I wish the front camera had more capability too. So in terms of that pretty much covers up the camera comparison. Now,